All this time, the world had been waiting. Morning light touched the hills, just as it always had. The wind moved through the olive trees, just as it always had. Yet somehow everything felt different. The colors seemed deeper somehow, as if my eyes were seeing what they had forgotten long ago. The sky had not changed, the earth had not changed, only the heart that was looking. The world was full of wonder, more than I had ever known. Hidden in the morning sunlight, hidden in the stones. The world was full of wonder, in every field and every tree. And all the things I once passed by now felt like gifts to me. A bird resting on a rooftop, a jar of water by the door. Children walking through the village, things I had seen 1,000 times before, but now they seemed like quiet miracles, small and ordinary and true. The kind that never ask for attention, yet fill the soul with gratitude. Perhaps the beauty was always here, waiting patiently for me to see. The world was full of wonder, not because it became new, but because I finally noticed the goodness shining through. The world was full of wonder, in the rain and in the sun, and every day became a blessing simply because it had begun. Simple joy of being here again. The world was full of wonder, in the fields, in the sky, in the mercies I had missed as life went passing by. And now I walk with open eyes and a grateful heart beneath the same old sky. The world was full of wonder, and it always was. Before the first light touched the hills, the birds were already singing. still rested in silence. The lamp still glowed in the dark. The sky had not yet opened its colors. The sun had not yet appeared. Yet from the olive branches above, a song drifted through the air. Not loud enough to wake the world, just enough to greet the morning. How did they know the light was coming? Before the sky had even changed, the birds sang before the sun, before the dawn could be seen, as if they trusted the morning before it arrived. The birds sang before the sun, without fear of the night remaining, and their small songs taught my heart to hope again. I listened beneath the fading stars, watching darkness slowly retreat. The birds did not wait for certainty. They did not ask for proof. They simply sang because somewhere beyond the hills the light was rising. Though hidden from their eyes, it was already on its way. Perhaps faith is not seeing the sunrise. Perhaps faith is singing before it comes. The birds sang before the sun, and suddenly I understood. Many beautiful things begin before we can see them. The birds sang before the sun, and the earth listened quietly, while hope crossed the horizon, one ray at a time. The birds sang before the sun, before the golden light appeared, before the valley awoke, before the shadows disappeared. The birds sang before the sun, and their songs filled the sky, reminding every waiting heart that morning is always nearer than it seems. The birds sang before the sun, and hope arrived soon after. The sun had only just arrived, and already the olive leaves were shining. The morning came in quiet colors, soft gold upon the ancient hills. No trumpet sounded in the valley, no great voice filled the sky. Only sunlight through the branches, only wind among the trees. Yet somehow the world felt brighter than it had the day before. The leaves were small, the light was gentle, yet together they became beautiful. Light upon like 1,000 tiny mirrors, holding pieces of the morning light upon the olive leaves, simple as the break of day. Yet my heart stood still to watch it, as if seeing grace. For many years I searched for wonders in distant places far away. I thought beauty must be extraordinary to be worthy of my attention. But here it rested before me, on branches I had passed 1,000 times, waiting patiently in silence for a grateful eye to notice. How many gifts have I walked past? How many mercies filled ordinary days? Light upon the olive leaves taught me something I had missed. Not every miracle is thunder. Some arrive as simple gifts. Light upon the olive leaves, and suddenly I understood. The world is filled with quiet wonders for hearts that learn to look. Light upon the olive leaves. Light upon the olive leaves. Light upon the olive leaves. Golden in the morning air. Light upon the olive leaves. Beauty waiting everywhere. In the wind, in the sun, in the things I used to overlook. And now each day feels a little richer, simply because I stopped to look. Light upon the olive leaves, and wonder upon the heart. The river never seemed lost, not even once. The water moved beside the fields, past the stones and olive trees, soft beneath the morning light, quiet beneath the sky. It did not stop to ask directions. It did not fear the winding road through every turn and every season. It simply kept moving on. The river never hurried, the river never complained, yet somehow it always arrived. The river knew the way home long before it reached the sea, through the valleys and the shadows, through the years unseen. The river knew the way home, even when the path would bend. And watching it, I started wondering if perhaps my life is much the same. There were places where it narrowed, places where the current slowed, places where fallen branches rested along the edge of the stream. Yet the river never turned backward, never questioned where it belonged. The sea was written somewhere within it, long before the journey began. Perhaps not every answer needs to be known today. Perhaps some things are learned by simply walking on. The river knew the way home, though it could not see the end. Perhaps the morning knows the sunrise, perhaps the seed knows how to grow. The river knew the way home, and suddenly the world felt kind, as if the one who guides the waters may also guide this life. I felt peace settle gently in my soul. The river knew the way home, and perhaps so do we. The bread had just come from the fire, and the whole house felt different. The morning rested on the window, soft light upon the stone. The scent of bread filled every corner, long before a word was spoken. Nothing grand stood in the room, only a table, a lamp, a loaf. Yet somehow everything felt rich, as if abundance had arrived. Not because there was more, but because I finally noticed bread warm from the fire, steam rising in the morning air, simple as the dawn itself, yet beautiful beyond compare. Bread warm from the fire, shared by grateful hands, and for a little while the world felt kind again. An old woman broke the loaf in half, a child smiled across the table. Outside the wind moved through the olive of trees inside warmth rested quietly. No songs of kings filled the room, no treasures covered the floor. Only ordinary life unfolding, and somehow that was enough. Perhaps the richest moments are often the simplest ones. Bread warm from the fire, a gift I once ignored, a blessing hiding in plain sight behind an ordinary door. Bread warm from the fire, and suddenly I could see how many quiet miracles surround a life each day. Bread warm from the fire, on the table, in the light. After so many years of hurrying through life, shared with those I love, and for a moment nothing more was needed. Bread warm from the fire, and gratitude in the heart. At first, I did not even notice it. The day moved softly through the village, warm light resting on the stones. The olive branches swayed above, the river carried sunlight home. Everything seemed peaceful enough, everything seemed ordinary. Then from somewhere beyond the walls a sound rose into the air. A sound I had not realized I missed so much.
The children laughed in the courtyard,
Bright as water in the sun,
simple as the morning sparrows.
yet beautiful to everyone.
The children laughed in the courtyard,
And something happened in my heart,
the world felt younger for a moment.
and life felt light again.
No one told them to be grateful,
No one taught them how to rejoice.
they simply chased the afternoon wind.
Beneath the olive trees, their laughter crossed the stone pathways, floated through open windows, and every echo seemed to carry a promise that life goes on. The earth has many songs, but few as healing as this.
The children laughed in the courtyard,
And the old men stopped to smile,
and even those who carry sorrow
forgot it for a little while.
The children laughed in the courtyard,
And the sunlight seemed to stay, as if joy itself had wandered into the village that day.
children laughed, children laughed,
the courtyard,
under the sky,
under the trees. And their laughter moved through the village
like a gentle breeze.
The children laughed in the courtyard,
and every heart could see
that the world still held its beauty and always would, if we looked carefully.
The children laughed,
And the children laughed, and the village listened. I love the fields when flowers open, the valleys bright beneath the sun. I love the songs of early mornings, the feeling that life had just begun. But when the leaves began to wither, when colder winds crossed through the land, I thought beauty had departed, until I learned to look again. The earth was never without its wonders. I was simply looking in one direction. Every season has its beauty, every sky its shade of light. The spring awakens sleeping garden, the winter fills the stars at night. Every season has its beauty, every road its gift to give, and the heart grows rich and grateful when it learns to welcome all of it. The summer ripens fruit upon the branches, the autumn paints the hills with gold, the winter gathers families closer, the spring teaches the earth to hope. None of them remain forever, none of them were meant to stay, yet each one leaves a quiet blessing before it slips away. The river welcomes both rain and sun, and because of both it reaches the sea. Every season has its beauty, even those I used to fear. Even the days of waiting, even the years of tears. For looking back I see now what I could not understand then. The hardest seasons shape the roots that help me bloom again. its beauty. And every season has its beauty. The rain began before dawn, and for the first time I smiled. Drops of water touched the rooftop, soft upon the ancient stone. The fields grew darker in the distance, the hills disappeared behind the clouds. Years ago I would have called it a gloomy and forgotten day, a day to wait for sunlight, a day to simply endure. But something had changed. Not the rain, the heart. Even the rain was beautiful, falling softly from the sky, upon the fields, upon the olive trees, upon the roads I used to walk. Even the rain was beautiful, like a blessing without a sound, and every drop seemed to whisper, life is being renewed. The river welcomed every raindrop, the earth open to receive. The roots beneath the soil drank deeply, though no one could see. The children watched from open windows, the old men listened by the fire, and the whole village seemed to breathe with the rhythm of the rain. The earth never argues with the seasons it receives. Even the rain was beautiful, though it hid the distant hills, though the sky was gray above me, though the sunlight lingered still. Even the rain was beautiful, and suddenly I understood, not every gift arrives in brightness. Some arrive as rain. Even the rain was beautiful, on the rooftops, on the trees, on the quiet earth that welcomed it freely. Even the rain was beautiful, and the world felt fresh again. For the heart that learns to love the rain will never fear the clouds again. Even the rain was beautiful, and so was the day. The clouds had covered the sky for many nights. yet the stars never left. The evening settled on the valley, lanterns glowed beside the road. The hills faded into shadows, the olive tree stood still. Above the village clouds were drifting, hiding much of the night from view. Yet somewhere beyond the darkness, the stars continued shining. They did not disappear, they were only hidden. The stars were always there, beyond the clouds and through the night, beyond the fears I carried, beyond the limits of my sight. The stars were always there, patient in the silent sky. And suddenly I wondered how many blessings in my life are waiting just beyond the clouds. There were seasons when I felt forgotten, seasons when hope seemed far away. Yet looking back, I see now the light never truly left. Like roots beneath the winter soil, like rivers beneath the ground, some gifts keep working quietly, even when they cannot be seen. Not every mercy needs to announce itself. The stars were always there, even when the storm was near, even when the road grew lonely, even through the hardest years. The stars were always there, above the valleys and the sea. And perhaps the goodness of this world is nearer than we think. The stars were always there, above the clouds of the rain, above the night seemed too long to bear. The stars were always there, shining quietly above, reminding every wandering heart that light does not cease to exist, simply because we cannot see it. The stars were always there, and so was the light. And I gave thanks for it all. The day was ending, and my heart was full. The sun was resting on the hills, the shadows stretching through the fields, the village slowly gathered evening. As lamps began to glow, nothing extraordinary had happened. No miracle had split the sky, only a day like countless others. And yet it felt precious, because I finally saw what had always been there. And I gave thanks for it all, for the sunlight and the rain, for the roads that led me forward, for the joy and for the pain. And I gave thanks for it all, for the days both bright and small, for the wonder hidden quietly within it all. For the bread upon the table, for the river and the trees, for the children in the courtyard, for the wind among the leaves, for the stars above the valley, for the birds before the dawn, for every simple blessing that had carried me along. The world was never empty, my eyes were simply learning. And I gave thanks for it all, for the seasons passing by, for the days of abundance, and the years that taught me why.